And welcome everyone to the Man Cave. My name is Paul Knapp, and I will be your host for tonight's show. This is season number 3, episode number 2 for the year. And waiting in the green room, we think, is Tony T. We've been working on that for the last 15 minutes behind the scenes. We're not sure if he's going to be here or not. If not, we got the regular panel and another individual that's going to join us tonight. So let me get started on bringing my panel in for tonight. I want to thank everybody in the chat room for being here nice and early. First off, we got Mr. Rick Bradshaw with us again. How you doing tonight, sir?
Good, good. How's everybody? Good crew tonight coming in the chat. Good.
We hope so. And of course, we got your sidekick and mine, Mr. Stacy Armstrong. How you doing tonight?
How you doing? Hello, Murray, Andy.
Yeah, everyone's
This
here.
guy named Paul Knapp. What is he doing?
Ernie.
I thought we had
Ernie
him
and
blocked.
Jack.
Yeah, Big Boss
Dan,
Jack.
Dan's here with us again.
Dan, yep.
Andy and Indy, we were just talking about you and the your heads behind the scene tonight. Well, we got another guest with us tonight on the panel. I see his fingers covering up, unless he froze again. We have Mr. Matthew O'Connor from California, but he looks like he's gone again. Matthew, are you there? Oh, and he's gone.
Oh,
Par for the course tonight. What can I tell you?
Well, yeah, we got to explain to everybody what's going on. So we had Tony T lined up here. We think he's still trying to log in as we're speaking. He was in and out several times tonight, but he can never get his sound working. So he's restarting his computer and everything. So hopefully he'll be joining us. If not, you people in the chat room, you got us to talk to tonight. So my sister's here tonight.
Thank God Barb's here.
Vincent. Hey, Vincent, you still got the link. You can join us tonight. Just jump in, man. I wanted to talk to him online about the videos he's been making with that company
Greg.
that you guys buy stuff from. What's the name of that?
Well, yeah, Greg, yeah.
That Greg Brown company thing that you guys buy stuff from. Yeah. So. Oh, wait.
he says he wants to see some more Leonard stuff. I don't remember what I showed.
Oh, Leonard. Yeah, I know.
I can't remember what I had.
Yeah. Chuck was asking about that. So
yeah.
Well, while we got the two of you in the panel right now, let me go around and ask you guys what's new in your zoo since last week. Rick, you were in first. Let me ask you, anything new, brother? Anything new in the mail?
What have I got new? I've always got new stuff, don't I?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll show. Well, I got this today. Imperial Armored Commando from, I guess this is from one of the seasons of Mandalorian. He's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Need to open him up and throw a G.I. Joe head on him.
That'd be cool.
I put the Snow Trooper together today with one of Angelo's heads. It's a Cobra Snow Trooper.
Yeah, that looks good. Take that Cobra thing off of there and put a G.I. Joe Adventure Team sticker.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. I'd like to just take it off. I did I used Photoshop and took it off in the picture I did. But he's pretty cool.
That's awesome. I like that one. Yeah.
This is I had bought this years ago. It was a troop carrier for 1/18 scale soldiers, but it's wicked small. It wasn't big enough. So I painted it and I made him a space like a moon rover thing.
Yeah. For what scale? 3 3/4 or?
This is like
looks in between maybe, huh?
Yeah, it's in between. It's smaller than 1/18, you know. Yeah. So the little guy in there.
Yeah, does he come out? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's only tiny.
Ooh. Yeah, he is small.
So it works for them. You know, works good for them. But I modified this. Put little rubber around the glass so it fits in nice. It's cool. But my big purchase, and everyone's raving about this in the toy photography groups. This is the McFarlane Superman, the Christopher Reeve version. This just came out basically.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, so I ordered this from GameStop. This is what I got. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is he darker?
Yeah, he's dark.
Because this is the evil Superman from Superman 3. Remember when he turns evil and they show him in the bar drinking, and
Yeah.
so he's the evil one. Well,
Did you
this
know
is
that when you ordered it?
no, I didn't order this one.
Oh, they sent you the
I
wrong
ordered
one.
this one.
Yeah.
So what the story is I was like, they sent me the wrong one. It's not what I wanted. This is a chase figure. So these figures are randomly packed
Right. They're rare. Yeah.
with these.
Huh.
Okay. Like they're not, it's not like every single case gets one or two of these.
Right.
It might not get any.
Right.
So I ordered one and I got this and I was like, oh, it's not what I wanted, but I'm going to keep it because, last night I watched a video of a guy. He ordered these. He ordered 4 from Amazon. He ordered 4 from GameStop, and he ordered 4 from Entertainment Earth. All in the hopes of getting the chase, and he didn't get a single one.
Oh wow.
All he got was these, and he sent them back.
He sent them all back because he didn't get the one.
He sent them back.
So you can't ask for that one, is what you're saying?
No.
You can't order this. You can get it on eBay for double.
Sure,
triple
because somebody's
price.
already bought it and singled it out. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
So I was lucky that I got
you,
it.
buddy. Nice find.
Either that or you buy it in person, like you've seen it where they put it on the shelf.
If you're lucky enough to find one, but
If you're lucky enough, right?
Yeah.
that's
If
not
they
going
get
to
one.
happen.
Right.
The chances of that are pretty slim.
Yep.
But so that was my excitement for the week.
Well, that was good excitement.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to open it. I'll just sit
No,
on it
definitely
for a
not,
while.
man. That's cool.
Yeah. Get rid of that one.
All right,
Well-
brother. What's new in your zoo, man?
I really haven't got much in because I've been working. I got a couple gung ho grip bodies in, and Jim Casey sent me some hands for the Three Stooges.
Three Stooges?
Yeah, Pablo, El Stato. I don't know what to call them. Okay, so they're just kind of. I'm working blue jeans on me. Nick is pretty much done. Shirt may change. I'm not sure. You're definitely getting black shorts, but you're keeping the bobby socks in the white. And I've got the black shirt coming for you. Okay, he's getting a jacket that has his emblem on it, and I'm going to get a shirt. Oh, I did my Sig 20 emblem, and Paul Macias is going to make me the Sig 20 emblem on a T-shirt for me. So, and then I have a head sculpt for it that I'm going to try to, if I get a chance to try print. So that's kind of other than regular work.
This with all the discounts that you get from Cotswold, right?
Yes, sir.
You like to rub that in.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, I didn't get any discounts.
We're privileged.
I did order.
Okay.
That's the shirt I usually wear to work. The
dark
navy blue short sleeve.
Okay.
Definitely black shorts or black sweats.
I got you black shorts coming, so.
Always black shoes, and this is the closest thing I could get to.
Oh, you always wear black shoes?
Black shoes and black socks. Yeah, you got to match.
Shoot, I got a pair of black shoes for you. And black socks, too?
Yeah, okay. And I had to order these socks from, again, that place that Greg.
I got black socks, so, okay.
But they wouldn't fit. I mean, the shoes wouldn't fit with the socks on, so I had to cut the socks and then slide them down to make them look like short socks. I didn't know how else to do it, man. I I ordered a pair of socks, and
hey, whatever works. Whatever.
I mean, it looks, as long as you don't screw with it, it looks like socks. But
yeah. If you hadn't have told us, we wouldn't have known.
I'm sure Jeff Shear in the chat room was laughing his ass off about that. So. And then I went to make another one. I told you that mess, and I ordered the muscle body from Cotswold, and the post is totally different than what the head was that I got from Andy and Indy. And it's not Andy's fault. That's my fault because I don't know what figure to order. So I'm left with a body and no head and another outfit with shoes and everything. So
yeah, we'll take care of you.
We'll fix that up. Yeah, because I want to send that one to my sister so she can work on that project, the challenge that Jeff threw out last week. So, and Matthew O'Connor, are you frozen or are you with us, sir? He's
I
moving.
think I'm
Okay,
with
this
you.
is Matthew O'Connor, all the
Am
way
I
from
in? Okay.
California, and you're not in the area that's on fire. You are in the area that is freezing right now, right?
Yeah, we're getting the wind cold. I mean, it's like 56 degrees, and everybody says that's freezing here. Yeah, I have my scarf on because I was running around outside. But yeah, we're 300, 400 miles away from LA, and we are getting some of the not the Santa Ana winds, but we are getting some of the winds.
Gotcha.
So it's definitely a wind chill up here. But it does remind me of the 2001 fire in the Oakland Hills. I was a part of that, and I'm glad my eyebrows grew back in after that.
What we haven't
That was a
spoken to you
hard
in
one.
quite some time, buddy. So I'm sure you got some stuff to show us. What's new in your zoo?
I do. I did send you the video. I found a couple of those action figures. I don't know
Yeah.
where they're from, and they were the same size as a GI Joe figure. My Christmas was a couple of model kits, and since then, um, I've carved out a A7 Corsair,
No.
1/6 scale. And this is how I do it in cardboard framing, scaling up with calipers and doing everything else like that. All by hand, no laser, no cutter, no nothing.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know how you
So,
do this stuff, but that's crazy.
and then I had been working on one for a while, but this is a A10
Warthog.
Warthog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and about 50 miles away from me is Sacramento. And Sacramento actually has a museum that has Air Force vehicles, and they have an A10 up there. So I'm going to go measure the barrel. I know it's 8 3/4 in diameter, but all the barrel size and everything, I'm actually going to get all that together so I can create the barrel on this. But these are all just cardboard frames, hot glue, a little bit of white glue to stiffen it up. This is a A4 Skyhawk,
Nice.
Yeah.
just drawn out. The nose looks a little long to me, but I know that they came in different variations. Same thing with an F4 Phantom. But yeah, just you can see me in my living room here. This is my new office. My model room. We got a new roof on our house, and it's a 1942 house with a 47 extension, and it's original sheetrock and the original rock insulation and everything. And when they were stomping on my roof, they knocked all that down into my
Oh,
model.
yeah.
Dude.
So everything is contaminated. I just closed the door and said I'll get to it at another time. And it's been about 3 years now. I had time during COVID, but I just it'll take weeks to be able to get that, and it's too cold up there. So I've got that halo I had earlier. You were saying was my heater in my living room, and then now I've got my work lamp here. So that's some of the new stuff that I'm working on. I don't have anything foamed in. Is what I do is I find scrap styrofoam. People are unpacking new TVs and everything else like that. There's a lot of scrap styrofoam out there, so I've been collecting that. And then what I'll do is I'll glue it into the frames here, shape it, sand it, paper coat over it, and then I'll put a resin coating over these. And eventually, I'm going to be doing nose jobs at Facebook.com/nose jobs. Going to be creating the nose so you can hang it on your wall and say, this is what, people hang a fish, they hang a deer, they hang something they did. If somebody flew an A10 Warthog, he says, well, this is the one that I flew. But yeah, I still have the B-17 nose, and what else do I have?
How do you package them when you ship them, man?
I've got
Or don't you? You have to pick them up.
no, I'll ship them, but what I'll do is I'll pack them in styrofoam also. And one of my friends out here has a company, and he gets super incredible shipping rates. So I go with him. He saved me about $300 shipping out a model one time, and actually was the half Huey frame that I made for a client, and that went all the way to Ohio, and it cost like $45 to ship. So packed it lightly. All my models are going to be lightweight, so there's not going to be a weight issue. That's usually what you pay for.
Right on.
But yeah, I don't know if, Paul, that video worked when I sent it to you, but it was kind of like, here's what's new in Mizzou.
I
Yeah,
couldn't get it up
video
on
message
on
at
this
that
thing
point.
here.
So. Okay. But yeah, I don't have those figures here on hand, but I don't know what manufacturer they were, but it almost looked like
Yeah,
Iron
they
Man
were
type
big.
bodies. So, and then I grabbed a couple of those Nerf guns and I turned it upside down, and it looked like a speeder of some sort. So the trigger was up, and then it had the body on it, and I put the figure on there, and I'm like, well, I'll just cut the handle off, repaint it, put a couple of things, and it looks like a speeder from Star Wars or something like that.
Yeah, that
I don't know
video
if I
you
can
sent,
say
that was pretty
something.
cool. It did look like it.
Yeah, but it was just one of those things that I saw, and I stood there, and people are looking at me like, what's wrong with him? And I'm like, I'm just building in my head on something that I saw. And yeah, the one gal that knows me, she goes, don't worry, he's creative. I'm like, okay, that's a nice word.
That's cool, man. Thanks for catching up,
yeah,
man. I'm glad you could join us tonight. It's early your time. I know it's late our time. It's early your time, man. Hey, we do have somebody else in the panel tonight. Somebody to join late. Some guy I got a bone to pick with. This is my buddy and yours, Mr. Chuck Chiriaco. How you doing, Chuck? Mr. Chuck?
Y'all doing all right tonight?
So you've been cheating on me for the last 5 weeks, apparently.
I had more to offer.
Every Saturday morning, I turn my TV on, and I see Chuck hanging out in Texas with Mr. Greg Brown.
Yep, the whole 6 weeks.
So what'd you do? Did you film all those in one day, and then he just broke them out, or
2 days?
2 days? Gosh, man.
Yeah.
I was like, how long can this series go, man?
Greg was a very, very nice host. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Did you get stuff free too, like Stacy? Because I didn't ever get anything free. I'm just throwing that out there.
Greg would not allow me to tell you, so.
See, I knew it, man. Bad bastard. You know what? I'm sending this shit back to him.
Cotswold Studio is so much fun. They have so much prototype stuff in there, unmade stuff, and I didn't realize how many things they had. Like they contributed to making Enemy Ace and the Sergeant Rock figures. Like there's prototype figures in the back of Cotswold of Enemy Ace and Sergeant Rock. And I asked if they had like the Dreams and Vision crew cut figures, and then I don't think they contributed to those, but he showed me the original what's his name? What's the Joe head that's supposed to be Joe in Cotswold?
The Jake head?
Jake.
Jake. Yeah.
He showed me original prototypes of the Jake head where it looked a lot more like G.I. Joe. And then Hasbro told him he needed to change it a little more to make it a lot less like G.I. Joe. Just a lot of cool stuff back there.
I'll tell you what, the series you've been working on, dude, I knew the Elite series had a bunch of stuff, but I didn't think it had as much as you had. I mean, that's just the power team, the power lead or whatever. Yeah.
That's been years of picking and buying and just looking.
But for a company that was so cheap, they made so many different heads, man, and body type. You know what I mean? It's like, how'd they keep the price down and still?
I mean, it was incredible. That's why I wanted to share them. They're really cool.
I have every house that the destroyed house. I have the headquarters house, and I have the tower. So I got the 3 big things they made.
Yeah, those are nice, and they don't feel like crap either. They're nice.
They're well made. Well, they marketed that stuff everywhere, so that's why.
Yeah.
Everybody, you can find them everywhere.
I didn't realize just how cool they were when I was a kid. I just thought they were G.I. Joe knockoff stuff. But looking back, I really wish going. I wish I could go back in time and go to any store and pick up a Power Team figure, because you used to be able to do that.
Oh
Go to
yeah,
Dollar General, you go to the CVS, you go
dude. I used to
to
see him in a grocery store at one time.
Right.
grocery store, Walmart, Target. I mean, just anywhere. Toys R Us had a few of them.
Yeah.
And it was always different. Like you go to one Big Lots and then you go to another Big Lots in completely different stock.
Yep.
Completely different stock.
Yeah.
That's where I got my tower. Was Big Lots. I remember that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So
Yeah.
but I'm glad y'all enjoyed those videos.
Oh, dude, I
somebody
loved them, man.
Appreciated
Yeah.
those. I do, so.
It gets boring looking at Greg every weekend. I mean, rather, I hope he watches this one. I hope he watches.
You're gonna get a coal
I
in your
know.
stocking next year.
Cotswold.
Cotswold.
Well, hey, we don't have our special guest Tony T, but we got
I don't know.
we got these two guys that haven't been on the show, so we should have all kind of questions. Let me catch up in the chat room, man. There's all kind of people in the chat room. So yes, everybody was asking. Loretta Knapp, that is my sister. That is my other sister. So I got my family watching tonight. Andy and Indy.
We're gonna make this scandalous then.
I know. Ernie, Tim Cope. Thank you. Ernie's Attic is here. Oh, Murray Corrigan from Canada decided to join us. He must be working. Action Joe Figs.
Yeah, he's working.
Yeah, he's working.
He's
He's working hard, right?
Yeah.
Doll Base from Sweden is here. Thank you, Doll Base. David O'Rourke. I'm trying to catch up on some of these that I didn't say hi to, but yeah, we got 25 people in the chat room. Jeff Shear's here.
Andy says you get a 10% upcharge.
Now that would not shock me from Greg Brown.
Oh boy.
Okay, that should be the question of the night. Have you ever got a discount from Cotswold when ordering stuff? Yes or no?
I did, but it was an accident.
It was an accident.
Yeah.
They put something in a box that wasn't supposed to be in there, or what?
This happened like quite a few years ago, but I ordered a figure and they never charged me.
Whoa!
Oh,
That is
Greg know
scandalous.
Guess what? The bill's coming in the mail, buddy.
Everybody.
Now that
Discrimination.
Yeah, you just threw your own self under the bus.
It wasn't a hot toy. Was
I
it?
think the statute of limitations is passed.
No, Greg's going.
Yeah, he's going through his books right now, man.
How are we going to pay the light bill next week? Well, we'll just contact Rick.
We got Pat here from Elite Action Joe Studios. He says, "Hey, Chuck likes the Power Team series. If you guys haven't watched that series, it's really, really good, man.
It's the best series that Cotswold did. I'm saying.
telling you, it is. It really is. I mean, I enjoy
Best
Ace.
series.
Don't get, Ace.
And you
Ace
wouldn't be biased at all, no, sir.
No.
Facts.
I mean, you with Power Team is like Ace with Vintage Joe's. You know what I mean? You're just, I'm learning something new, and I'm just sitting there going like, I didn't even, no, seriously, man. I mean, Ace is with the vintage stuff, and you, man, that Power Team stuff, I was like, God, I didn't even know. And you were even like, Greg was even watching, like, I didn't know they had all this stuff, like he didn't even sell it through Cotswold.
Yeah, Power Team. I used to buy Power Team stuff up like crazy.
Yeah.
Was there anything that y'all like have that I didn't mention that was like super cool? Because that's
like I said, I didn't
Right.
have the figures. I just had the big playset stuff because that's what I was looking for. So I had the tower, the destroyed building, and then
the destroyed building.
and then
That might be, I think, what ES Toys. If you've ever heard of ES Toys, that was they were more available through KB Outlet, and they were knockoff GI Joe stuff. They were pretty good too. They had like skinnier bodies, double jointed stuff, but they were actually officially endorsed by the Army, and I think their stuff might have actually been available on Army bases.
Is KB Toys still around
not around here
at all?
No.
Yeah, we had an outlet out here at one time, and oh my god, the stack of figures they had, and I was like, I can't afford them, but they were like $10.
Yeah.
I was like,
The best thing I ever got from them was the silver spacesuit, I think.
Oh, the GI Joe one.
The power
Power
team.
team.
Oh, Power
Yeah.
Team. Oh, Power Team.
You got that one?
And it had the head sculpt looked very much like a Joe.
You
know
got
the
the
one I
GI Joe
mean?
head sculpt.
Yeah.
That's a pretty sought after head sculpt. Like I'll see
Yeah.
that one on a figure, and the eBay price will be pretty high, and the
Oh,
figure
really?
will actually be bought.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dan Diabasi said Power Team and Lennar were a great source for kit bashing. Yeah, definitely,
yeah.
man. They
Yeah,
may not have
I'm
that.
actually trying to buy a lot of Lennard stuff now. I asked Rick if he could show off some of that stuff. I remember he pulled some Lennard stuff out before, but I would love to do a series of videos on Lennard because they did a lot of crazy stuff
Look at
overseas, and I don't blame them. I don't. It was snowpocalypse here in Alabama, but I'd love to do a video on Lennard and
Well, World Peacekeepers, Action Joe Fig said that's the same as
Power Team. Yeah.
Power
yeah,
Team.
Power
Yeah.
Team, right?
Power
Yeah.
team, yeah.
Now, have any of y'all ever heard of and there's pictures of it online. Lennard used to do a big warehouse blowout sale
Yep.
in like Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I've
it
heard
was
of
like, it wasn't, and I've seen a lot of pictures of it on a blog called Joe a Day, but it obviously, it wasn't G.I. Joe, but if you loved stuff that was in the spirit of G.I. Joe, whether that was 12-inch military, 12-inch adventure team, or 3 3/4 military figures, it looked like a toy paradise. I mean, it was like you get. I mean, they were trying to just get rid of stuff, so it was like 12-inch figure with like a tiger, $13. They had like a bunch of extra King Kongs when they made King Kong loose, $10.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if anybody has been to that, because I'm trying to research Lennard stuff now, and it's about as well documented as Power Team stuff.
Really?
I've heard of that warehouse thing. I didn't go to it or anything or purchase anything online, but that was going on for years. I think that warehouse selling.
And they were like selling stuff from like 10 years in the past.
Yeah.
Like the canine core stuff, you could go there and just buy a canine core guy that was rare for like nothing, and they had multiples of them.
Yeah, old new old stock or whatever they call it.
Chuck, you got a request from Andy and Indy. He says, can we line up pictures of MNC heads and nicknames?
So my blog actually has a lot of the head pictures. I got Andy and Indy on Instagram. I can send them a link.
Yeah.
I can send them a link to that. So,
I'm kind of like Tim Cope. I liked all the tools and all the stuff that they made that Hasbro didn't make. I mean, they
did. They made a lot of of cool accessories. They made
they
I just saw it show up on eBay. An unmanned aerial drone, which G.I. Joe, the classic collection, if you looked at some of the catalogs, had a mock-up for. Have you seen that, Paul?
Yeah. Ace is the only one that had one.
So I've actually seen that figure they took a picture of. Greg Autor had that prototype at the Kentucky convention once for sale. I think it was like $80. I don't know if he still has it or not, but it'd be worth looking into. But he had that prototype with the drone drone figure. But Power Team actually followed through and made a drone figure.
Did they? Really?
And it's pretty cool. It's just like a white plane, and he comes with like little remote controls. But again, it's like Power Team went from knockoff to like almost innovating things on their own, which is.
I love that the EOD
cool
robot that you had there, man. I was like, oh, dude, I need that. But
yeah, that was a neat one. That's
pretty hard.
That was Canadian.
Yep. So Murray Corrigan can find it for me and send it to me.
I don't know. He might have seen that in a catalog back in the day. You guys should ask him.
Yeah. Well, he never works, so he can look for it at any time.
He said the drone would have been cool. I wish I picked one up. Murray, if you're there, could you tell us if you ever saw the EOD set in the Canadian Sears catalog, or maybe even like a Canadian Big Lots or anything like that?
And Jeff Shear, if you're still in the chat room, tell us have you ever gotten a discount from Cotswold Collectibles? I'm not leaving this one alone, man.
There you go, man.
Next time I see Greg, he's gonna pile the shit out of me. Are you going to Kentuckiana, the Winterfest? Anybody here?
When's the date?
Next Friday.
Next weekend or the weekend after? I think.
Not Winterfest. Not me.
Not this weekend. The weekend after.
Yeah. You're not going to?
No, that is.
We actually have a Star Trek convention here in San Francisco, the 24th and 5th. So if anybody's looking for 1/6 Star Trek,
William
let me
Shatner
know.
going to be there?
I don't know. Because his area was devastated by the fire down there. I don't know. They could even just, get down to the day before and say, okay, this person's not showing, that person's not showing. It all depends on who got ravaged. I know Denise Crosby lost everything in the fire, including all her fan art in her garage and everything. So I don't think she's going to show.
Man.
Yeah.
Dalbay said M&C toys were around in the 60s. I didn't know that.
That really in the 60s? Holy cow.
Yeah, Winterfest 24-25, Andy and Indy says. I think our goal with this group, we were trying to go to the Kentuckiana, right?
Kentuckiana, or was it Texas?
Well, I'm going to Kentuckiana, and I thought we were going to try to do maybe a remote broadcast.
Remote broadcast or a road trip, right?
Yeah. That's if Rick,
Jeff, I gotta put this up there, Jeff.
how well he rides in the trunk.
So Matt, 56 degrees, and you have to dress like this? Really? Is that?
That I have a giant oak tree covering the house, and so the house stays cold and moist. I'm getting older, and I guess I'm still fighting off what I caught at my retail job. So I'm just keeping warm.
I was like, we'd take 56 degrees right now. It's like 42 for us, which is real cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Here in California, it's like, 56. Ooh. It's like, yeah. No, I'm an old fart now.
Here, so.
Oh, man.
18.
Yeah. I think we're in the 20s here in New Hampshire.
Chuck, where'd you go? Chuck.
If I need to light a fire, I got plenty of cardboard behind me that'll burn.
See what we can see in Chuck's house. Oh, there he is.
Had a mysterious door knock.
Oh.
Sure it was.
Are you
Looks like a paranormal
traveling now?
investigation.
Are you on travel?
Yeah.
Or are you oh. That was for you, Chuck.
What's that?
I said, are you on travel now or are you home? Are you
Oh, I'm all kinds of places right now.
I know the one time we got you were on travel with school.
School, Army.
Yeah, and then the Army got you one time, and you were in Virginia, actually. One time.
Yeah.
You were so close to me. You wouldn't come stop, man. You didn't stop.
I didn't have my own car. I would have loved to come by and seen all.
Come see the man cave. Yeah, man. So,
He doesn't visit people who don't get a discount.
There you go.
Chuck, what kind of a 3D printer do you have?
This is a Bamboo Lab. A1 Mini. Yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about that for a little bit. So one of the things I love printing the most with is the silk. It's the silk kind. It's the stuff that has kind of like a sheen to it. Something about the sheen just really sticks out more to me than the bland stuff. The bland filament. I don't use it as much as I'd like to. I'm just, you get busy. But I love printing stuff with the metallic stuff. I like the unconventional ones, like this one's like a marble type filament. It comes out like a statue. Those are pretty cool.
Oh. Yeah, it doesn't look like it does in the finished product when it's raw, but once it cooks and blends it together, it
looks kind of like
creates a
French vanilla ice cream with the little black specks in it. This is like a bone type filament in case I wanted to print out like some skeleton bones or dinosaur bones or something. Those are pretty cool. And the last kind of unconventional one I got is this is kind of like a gradient, a stone gradient one that when you print that out, it looks like a Grand Canyon rock or something like that.
What do those spools run you about? $40 a piece?
25 to 30.
25, 30, yeah. Okay.
But you got to be careful getting spools because
Sure.
everyone's spitting out plastic, and some of them are just crap quality. They'll gunk up your printer, or your print will print, but then you can easily split it apart. You got to be careful with who you order it from. And I really don't know like which reviews you can trust or which ones you can. It's just
trial and error, and and then just
whether or not you want to gamble on it or not. The ones that are coming from more credible companies are obviously better, but you're also paying more for them.
Yep.
You'd rather do that than get filament that somebody actually they paint them thinking that it's that color. And it's like, I just gummed up my whole machine because somebody painted the plastic and it just melted and gummed up everything.
I didn't know they did that.
Neither did I.
People are actually taking VHS tape, the tape, and winding it and melting it into filament to be able to go in 3D printers. And that's where you get the cheap crap. And as soon as it slows down or melts, it gums up everything. But yeah, they're taking VHS tapes and taking the tape out of it and making filament.
That'll destroy your printer.
Great.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
Tim Cope wants to know if you ever tried wood color filament.
Yeah. So those require, well, they don't require. It's preferred that you use a different type of nozzle that has I think it can require a different temperature. But if this one's pretty good, I printed with this one before, Amelin, and you got like ebony wood. It's like a black wood color. Let's see, wood PLA, and I think one of them walnut. I thought there was like a bamboo type color in there, but I didn't see it. And one of the things I love printing with the wood color is this is a G.I. Joe peg leg that fits into the Cotswold body, and it if you fit it into a body, he should stand up straight perfectly. So. Yeah, the wood you got to be careful because there's actually little wood chips inside of it, and if you don't do it just right, it might gunk up your printer.
You see that thing from Ernie's attic?
3D print clear for my Panther jet. So I've heard that clear plastic is not ideal.
Right.
3D print.
It comes out foggy.
It still has the striations in it.
Right. Or if you do the liquid, it comes out.
I think Jim Egner tried to do that several times. He said, and it just
that's when you can try to do this. You can try to do see-through resin, but that resin's a whole nother monster. No, I haven't messed with resin in years. It's just so messy and expensive.
What's a good idea is to 3D print the exact size of like a window or a frame or something, like the Barbie Ferrari. Everybody's looking for the front window. If you were to get that exact measurement and 3D print it, then sand it down smooth and make it, down to 15,000 grit and everything, and make it polished in a primered part, then make a rubber mold of it. That would be kind of how you get past the fogginess and the layers and everything else like that, as you 3D print the exact part you want and then go into a rubber mold and cast that way with clear resins.
I've heard of some people doing the really nice 3D printing with the resin printers, and then making a mold out of those.
Yeah.
How does Andy make
Right.
these really cool heads? I know I've been seeing those things on Instagram like crazy, like the Paul Knapp head. How does he print those? Does he strictly print those? Does anybody know?
Stacy would know.
They're 3D printed, yeah.
The 3D print is it a resin? Is it a hard resin? Is it like a rubbery resin?
No, it's like it's the PLA, but it's the rubber PLA. Like it's flexible. You can heat it
Okay,
up.
I like that because that's
You
durable.
can heat it up and put it on a neck post or whatever. It'll go.
Yeah.
That's this guy right here.
Just happen to have a Paul Knapp head here.
Yep.
It does have some flexibility to it. It's not.
Yeah,
totally
there is. There's
hard.
quite a bit of flexibility, and then
Paul, do you see
No, not at all.
striations in it?
He may have sanded it down before he painted it, but
It's either sanding or there's a head. Yeah. It's either sanding or they actually take a low temp, like a real flat iron, and just kind of iron out the lines on it.
well, if you look really closely, you can see the striation lines. You can see them; they're there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of hard to sand rubbery.
It's hard to. So you can kind of lightly do it, but you're not going to take much of it off. And then when you paint it, I mean, he did it in a flesh color anyways. It was just off for the body that I was putting it on, so I just repainted it. I brushed it, and then
Andy said the flexible resin is 4 times the price of the rigid resin, and I totally believe that. Is it hard to work with? Is it because I remember I tried using some of the pouring resin, and the flexible stuff always like required more time, more heat, just a bigger pain in the ass, really. Versus
resin
the
is kind of it can be. I mean, you have to make sure it's mixed really good. I've never used the flexible resin, so I've just used regular resin. But you always have the problem too if you don't cure it all the way, or if you make it too thick, the center doesn't cure, and then later on the print explodes.
So
6 months down the line.
Have you guys heard of these MGA mini kits? The Miniverse kits, they're right next to the Zuru like mini brands, but this company has the balls to sell UV cured resin in the kids aisle in these little packs.
wow,
And
that's bad.
Yeah, and here's you got to get like a blue light and you got to cure this stuff. The thing is this stuff is still like I've had this for about a month trying to cure that purple resin. It comes in these little bottles. Like the resin is the bottles inside the resin inside this bottle. You pour it on top of this cake and you decorate it with plastic sprinkles, and you've got to let it cure with either sunlight or a blue light that you get. And I'm sitting here blown away, being like, how the hell is this UV resin in the kids aisle? Like this stuff.
Yeah, that shouldn't be sold in the kids aisle. No, not at all. No, that's totally wrong.
Yeah,
that'll make.
What else do they make?
Well, they make like they got like Harry Potter potion kits. They've got like Lord of the Ring. Yeah, they got Lord of the Ring potion kits. They've got parts. They got plant kits that have like water and fake dirt in them. You can make like desserts, like a chocolate or a strawberry cake, and it has like a little Hershey's Hershey's chocolate strawberry chocolate syrup bottle, and you can pour out the resin like it's syrup. But I mean, it's like if this is UV cured resin, I mean, I bought one of those kits because I was just curious about like how it worked, how you put together the cake. And when they told me it was UV cured resin, I was like, how the hell is this in the kids aisle? Like this is
that shouldn't be sold at all in the kids aisle. No, that's really bad. That should be pulled. All of it.
Next. They're talking about doing the fingernail resin also, so you can UV resin onto your the kids' fingernails and have instant fingernails, and then be able to do designs on top of your fingernail. And I'm like, what? Right on the skin.
Stuff touching your skin. It's like,
and they'll touch their eyes or their mouth.
Oh God! Or they think it's just your baby cousin comes by and thinks this is like purple candy or something. Like,
oh, what was they? Yeah, they.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just go back to eating Tide Pods.
We don't endorse that, people. Just
right.
Neither one.
Or UV.
I thought it was.
How about UV eye drop?
I thought it was
Yeah.
the same as Zuru's Miniverse. You know, they make like the mini KFCs and the
Yeah,
mini
yeah.
shoes, which I love that stuff if I can find it for like a cheap price. I don't want to pay $10 for like a little pod, but if I can find a pod for like $3 and get like a bucket of chicken and like a mini Spam can and stuff for GI Joe, that's fun. But that other stuff, I mean, they've got all this UV resin, all these like really complicated kits, and I'm sitting there thinking like, it's neat, but like,
Yeah, no.
how are you guys getting away with this?
yeah. What little kid's gonna do that and put it all together? I mean,
Does it come with a flashlight too for the black light or
So
what?
apparently, some of the ball kits come with a flashlight. I got this at Harbor Freight,
Yeah.
but I thought that was pretty interesting stuff.
We used to sell the UV repair pen, so you actually had like a pen to put it around your eyeglasses. In case your eyeglasses broke or the hinge broke or something, you could put a drop of the UV and then cure it with the lamp at the other end. And it's a real simple kit, but still it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not having kids play with it though. That's the problem. Because that's
No, but they want to play with it when you're doing it.
Ernie said
Barbie needs a
he
nose
gets
job.
mini brands at Ross, pretty cheap.
Yeah, you can find the mini brands at Ross cheap sometimes. You can find a lot of cool miniature stuff at Five Below. Do y'all have Five Below where y'all are at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of, I mean, like you're not paying above $5 for it, but I mean they had like
Sure.
like a miniature like gyro set where you could like get a gyro for GI Joe or your dolls. You can get. They had a charcuterie board. They had like a popcorn set, a barbecue set, a lot of cool minis, and you're not paying like the Zuru price of $10, and you don't know what you're getting. They're pretty
Right.
good. They're called teeny tinies. Tinies.
If you have a Daiso store near you, also, it's like the Japanese Daiso store, Diazo or Daiso. They once in a while have scale products too. So.
Yeah, I think it was called
Oh, yeah.
Bondo. I remember that.
Yeah,
The
the
Bondo
Japanese
pen?
love that stuff.
Okay, guys, no dead air time. What do you want to talk about?
Rick, show us some of your
Is it-
large stuff.
I have
Well,
a
anything-
question for you, Chuck.
Are you going to the mayonnaise jar? Are we going to the mayonnaise jar?
I
Is that where
can
we're at
if you
now?
want. I can.
Now
It's
we-
only it's only the second show of the year, and you're already going to the mayonnaise jar.
No.
What's the
Go ahead,
question, Rick? What's the question?
the,
Go ahead, Ray.
the world peacekeepers. Is it true that the heads were all sculpted after employees? Is that a true?
No. So, from what I understand, with World Peacekeepers, is they sculpted them on whoever they thought would sell products. So some of them are sculpted after actors, some of them are probably sculpted on employees, and then some of them were sculpted on other brands such as the GI Joe head.
Oh, okay.
Now, what I can tell you this, and Greg Artur told me this, and Paul would find this interesting, is some of the classic collection heads from GI Joe are based on the Hasbro engineers that made them.
I think I've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah.
And he wouldn't show me pictures of the real people, but he did tell me that.
Well, some of those sculpts are they're odd and unique. You know, so they're pretty neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one they did that was based on a firefighter from New York, I think.
There
And
might
it's
have been.
And it's a head sculpt you hardly ever see it. You know.
So Dollbase said, had it most be Chinese then. So MNC Toys is a Hong Kong company. They had a few Asian heads available here, but if you go on AliExpress and look up like 1/6 celebrity head, 1/6 actor head, you'll find a lot more Asian heads on there that you couldn't find here. So who knows how many Asian heads they have out there. I think I have most of the African American heads and most of the Hispanic heads, but I definitely know I don't have a lot. I probably don't have most of the Caucasian heads, and I probably don't have most of the Asian heads. It's just I have no idea what's out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Matt, this is the one I have. This is one you're talking about,
Yeah.
Bondic?
Point it up a little
That's
higher.
what the pen looks like. My pen, Bondic. that the one you're talking about?
Yes. Yeah.
It's got the glue. It's got the glue come out the one end, and then your UV light on the other end. Yeah.
Right. You don't realize you're flicking resin
Exactly.
when you switch it. So.
Bondic is the one I got.
The one thing that clear wise, also is I do a lot of vacuum forming, so it may not be as thick as the window, but vacuum forming in either a over a buck or into a female mold can get clear parts also, and it may not be as flexible, but if somebody needs something quick and dirty with vacuum forming, and also the parachute domes that you can put your parachute over, that was a vacuum form clear item also, and people are looking for those. That's not hard to make.
I sold 2 of those at the last show. Moondog, you had a question for you there, Chuck.
So Click and Play, from what I understand, was like a vendor that Amazon used to carry World Peacekeeper stuff. They had a lot more interesting stuff on Amazon for Power Team about 5 years ago. They've kind of dwindled it away, so I'm glad I bought all that stuff when I did. But they are still making stuff. I haven't been able to order anything on the World Peacekeepers Hong Kong website in years. Greg at Cotswold can still order stuff directly from them. And not only does he get their pre-made sets, but he has a contact with a company that sell him a lot of loose stuff of whatever they have extra of in the factory. So that's why he's got a lot of that cool extra stuff that doesn't show up in regular sets, which is also interesting because some of that stuff you can't get in a regular set. Like they have the black beret and the red beret. They haven't made a set with red berets and black berets in a while. So the only way really to get that right now is through Cotswold.
Yeah.
Big Lots doesn't carry them anymore. They stopped a while ago.
Yeah, I wish they still carried them, but Big Lots.
A lot of Big Lots are closing.
They are closing.
Yeah, they did around here.
Yeah, they got 3 of them here near me. So I got that one. He looks like a soldier, but more like a fireman with like an aviation helmet. I got one of those, and thinking about cutting that apart and making molds of the helmet, so we have the military helmet.
Matthew, Matthew, do you? It sounds like you're a 3D printer mold guy. Do you do a lot of that?
I have a 3D printer. It's been in the box for 3 years.
I understand.
I've always been a scrap artist. I worked in the special effects field and saved the company $6,000 every project because I could make things out of cardboard instead of anything else. But yeah, I got into mold making, prototyping. I used to work for a company that did stereolithography, big giant vat of resin, and then you shine the laser on it and did 10,000th layers building up items for military and car parts. And the thing was as big as a Volkswagen. We had this giant vat, and we do prototypes for military, Nike, brand new stereos, all the latest cell phones that were coming out. We made all the prototypes for that. But yeah, I am more still hands-on, sculpt it from a piece of wood or glue it together and knock it down instead of just watching a 3D printer do it.
I feel like there's probably more fulfillment in doing that.
Yeah, working with your hands. Yeah,
sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
That or trying to fix plumbing in a house. That's the next thing. You can make a custom 3D printed plumbing. How about that?
Right.
Well, I know I've always gotten more enjoyment, so I like to customize Barbie dolls too. And I've always gotten more enjoyment from finding like a beat up doll at a thrift store and restoring her than just going to the store and paying $30 for like a glamorous doll. So I definitely understand. It's almost like you put a part of yourself into the toy.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yep. The only problem is 3D printers go from start to finish. That's excellent. Me, I start this and then I'll find another model kit and I'll be like, oh, let me work on that. And then, throw that aside and hey, let me work on this. So I've got 9 projects,
That's okay.
Yeah, squirrel.
But like I used to get pissed at myself for starting something and then leaving it behind. But then I realized, like, when I go back to it, I may have a completely new perspective or a better way of doing it when I go back to it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with
My my wife walks in and goes, "Another one, huh?"
that.
I don't know if you guys watched my last video I dropped this weekend, but I'm working on Playmobil, converting those
Yeah.
converting those ships to 1/32 scale.
Yeah.
So
The pirate ships.
again, that's like kit bashing in a sense. I don't know what you call it, but it is more rewarding. You buy a $10, $15, $20 Playmobil and turn it into something that's actually useful.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Like the
Yeah,
Nerf guns I
exactly,
found.
yeah. So
I wish I had one here. I just don't know where I put it.
we're getting close to the top of the hour, man. If there's
Just
any
to
more
be able to-
questions for our guest tonight, please put them in
Did
the chat room.
did any of y'all partake in the second wave of the Action Man orders from Cotswold?
No,
I
but
didn't.
Murray got a
I think
couple because he
Murray
showed
did
me
though.
last
Yeah,
week. Yeah.
I'm sure he probably did.
Yeah,
We should be getting paid every time we say that name, Cotswold. Cotswold.
Cotswold. Yeah,
Another
maybe we
dollar.
are getting paid and you're not, Paul.
Ooh.
Chuck, do you have a customer base that people will request items, or do you present at shows
I
and
like to present it.
are you
I like to present at shows. I sold the convention exclusives. That was a lot of fun. I've done a few. Like commissions for like that Barbie rooted hair. I did that for some GI Joe stuff, but I mean, sadly, out of like I've only done it a handful of times, and I've been burned a few times just by doing that, and I don't know.
Right.
I'm more in it for like just self satisfaction. If I want to do something and see it happen, cool. If somebody has a project idea and they're willing to pay and it's something I'm actually interested in doing, I don't mind doing it. But I just don't have enough free time to just put out stuff that other people want. And I don't really care about making.
Have you started a project for somebody and then it's taken too long and they go, forget it, and I'll find it elsewhere?
I did that once. This guy sent me two vintage Black Adventurer heads once, and he wanted me to put Afro hair on them, but he wanted one of them to have flocked sideburns and the other one to have a flocked beard.
Hmm.
So I sent them to Flock Concepts to get the beard flocked, and then I rooted them. And then by the time I got it all done and finished, the guy just stopped contacting me, and I was like, I felt bad keeping the heads, so I was just like, I sent them back to him. He'd already sent me some stuff for free, anyways. I don't know if he just got pissed off or if he passed away or what, but I felt too awful just keeping the heads, and I just sent them to the address I got them from and never heard from it ever again. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Well,
For me, it's you get all the paperwork drawn out, you get to start the project, and then all of a sudden somebody online is like, "Oh, look what I did," and I'm like, "Okay." He's got the market. I don't need to do that anymore. But and then my friend keeps telling me, "Yeah, but you're going to put your own personal. It's going to be so accurate that the way you do it, keep going." And I'm like, "No, no, no. I just there's the Mad Max Interceptor. Somebody's got a 3D 6 scale version of that. Somebody did an X-wing 1/6 scale, and it's like, okay, I'll throw that out the door.
Stacy, have you ever been burned on flocks before?
Yeah, it happened at first, and then I kind of switched to pretty much everybody pays up front first.
Yeah.
That way, I'm guaranteed. There's some people that I'll allow because I've been doing business with them usually for quite a while, but generally everybody just pays up front. They send me the head if they don't.
Do you give them a time frame?
Well, it used to be when I first started this. Once I received it, it was back in the mail the next day. But but
Oh, okay.
that's not anymore.
There's a lot of busting ass there.
Well, because I wasn't really busy then, so I could just do it. But now,
Yeah.
just for flocking, I'm 2 weeks out. If it's like custom building stuff, I'm 5 to 6 weeks out. So
Wow.
I have 2 time frames going. So depending on what you send me, but that's kind of how it is. Though they send me and then they pay, and then they ask how long, and I tell them, well, and then when I get it done, I take pictures all the way around the head, the top, usually underneath the chin and everything, and then they're all happy with that. Then I said, goes in the mail tomorrow or maybe that day, depending on when they look at the pictures. I see that they look at them.
Yeah.
And then I give them tracking, and it's all on its way. Once I turn it into the post office or UPS, I get my receipt showing that I turned it in. Then I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like this, I tell people it's going to take more than 6 months if they want a one
Yeah.
custom. And I send progress photos and things like that. And a lot of times they'll be like, okay, I lost interest.
Speak about getting burnt. Rick Bradshaw's about to get burnt on a body he's going to be sending me. So I haven't told him that yet. So.
Dude, I owe you. So
You don't owe me.
yeah.
Hey, I forgot to mention earlier, next week's guest is Corey Lord from Corey's Toys.
Oh, Corey.
So he's going to be on, and he's going to be showing us his one and only, one of a kind. I don't even want to say how huge it is. A 3-car garage diorama that he has of World War II, Germany. So, and there's no, it's not G.I. Joe. It's all, I guess, 21st century and everything else. But he's got working tanks, 1/6 scale tanks, Tiger tanks, Panzer tanks. He sent me some of the pictures, man. It's crazy. So looking forward to having him on. So that's Corey Lord from Corey's Toys. He's also going to be set up at, I believe, Winterfest and Kentuckiana this year. Chuck, he was right next to me at Joe Lanta. I don't know if you remember him, but
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
yeah, he had a bunch of stuff there. So he's gonna be on next Monday, Corey Lord. So tomorrow night on my Toy Soldier Tuesday night, I have the Plastic General. If you're familiar with him on the YouTube, he's known as the Plastic General. He's big on 1/32 scale toy soldiers. So he's from Canada. Make sure you guys, if you're into that, join us tomorrow night. We should have a good crowd for that. Other than that, anything else before I close up? We're over the hour. Stacey?
I'd like to revisit the discounts that we all get at Cotswold.
Here we go again, man. Cotswold.
No, I'm only kidding.
Somebody's going to send this episode to Greg Brown, and Greg Brown's going to sue my ass for bringing him up so much.
You authorize a charge on the card,
I'm
and tomorrow you're going to get another charge.
Rick,
I'm going to be in Louisville, Kentucky on February 14th through the 16th for a convention. Louisville, Kentucky.
What's the convention?
Yeah.
Convention?
It's a leadership convention with a Starfish app. So it's all leadership training and things like that. So
all right.
Keep my spirit up, eh?
And Chuck, when's your next outing, man? When's your next show? Where are you going to go?
I'm still on the fence about Winterfest. We'll see what happens.
How far away are you from there?
I will definitely not be at Toylanta. I know that. That's why I went to Joe Lanta.
Okay.
Everything after that, I don't know. Let me ask you all this. Has anybody been to the action figure museum that's in Oklahoma?
Ace was. The
I want to stop by there. That's a trip I want to do. I heard about there's a G.I. Joe like mini museum, and then there's an action figure museum. I'd like to visit both. I was just curious if anybody's been to those.
Yeah, Ace is the only one that I know out of our group that's been there.
There's videos on YouTube you can see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tours. I bought from that guy one of the guys who helped put that together. I bought stuff from him from eBay. So we chatted for a little bit, and he told me about that museum. It's pretty neat.
Okay,
now, Rick,
so he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's cool guy.
Okay, cool.
And we were talking behind the scenes today. Rick, is next week your intervention as far as overbuying stuff? When is your intervention? When is your?
Excuse me.
As soon as I sign off. I have actually. I have something in the works that that's kind of a big deal for me. So that will be that will be happening soon, and people who are in the chat will enjoy.
You're pregnant or what?
Yes. I'm gonna spit out my own GI Joes pretty soon.
Hey man,
You've already got a mini me.
yeah, you already got a mini me head. What the hell? Everybody in the chat room saying goodnight. So we're going to say goodnight as well. And thanks again, Chuck. Thanks again, Matt, for jumping in tonight. My panel. And don't forget tomorrow night, my second show, Toy Soldier Tuesday. Have a good night, everybody.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with?